Hello YouTube, this is Mighty Muffin with my Auto Brewing Factory version 2. I was recently looking at my old brewing factory and I decided it had too many points of failure. On top of that, it was a little complex and I didn't really like it anymore, so I went back to the drawing board and I came up with a new design, which is this. Now this is smaller and simpler to build, but it's just as fast. I say just as fast because I'm pretty sure this is the fastest you can possibly make a 3-ingredient system. Now, I should note that this system is meant for really one purpose. It makes a specific potion until it runs out of ingredients or its output area reaches a certain threshold. That's it. It won't work for button-click rooms that give you whatever potion you want depending on whatever button you clicked. So if that's what you want, go find another design. They're everywhere on YouTube. So I'm going to show you how to make this now. Let's go over here where I took the liberty of making the tree to start with. Fairly straightforward, basically the same setup I had before. And you're going to want to build a little platform here just to get started. Now, the original brewing factory used 2 comparators out of this top stand here to determine through T flip-flops and AND gates and an ugly set of wiring what state it was currently in. This new system is a little better. Let's turn this off so I can demonstrate. So you're going to take an RS, if I can place it right, comparator here, and I need a half slab. And, go here, here, and here. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And put that on subtraction mode. Now you're going to immediately invert it. Now what you've done here is create a finished brewing detector. So if I put 3 bottles in here, any filled bottle has the same weight. I'm using potions because they are not going to brew. And 10 netherwort in here, this light turns off. But with 9 netherwort in here, it's on. So basically, 10 netherwort is brewing, 9 netherwort is finished brewing. That's the important threshold to keep track of. So let's pull these out for now and build the circuit that tells everything what to do. I'm going to put a redstone down and a monostable circuit on 2 ticks. Now we're going to make a RS NOR latch here, which is the reason why we use the 2 ticks there. 1 tick won't work for the redstone torches. So now, if we are currently brewing, this is down and we're in brewing mode. If we remove 1 or more of the netherwort, we're basically now simulating finished brewing mode, and this RS NOR latch flipped its state. So now what we need to do is we have our outputs. We're actually going to use both of these outputs to tell our brewing stand what to do. I'm building a little bit of infrastructure here. Okay. So you're going to go up here. This is a vertical redstone split. And build a little bit of a bridge here. And put down 4 repeaters. The 3 of which are on 4 ticks. 1 of which is on 3 ticks. That delay is pretty important to have right. And a repeater there. This line I've left, you're going to put a redstone down. And another monostable circuit. This one's on 3 ticks, feeding into an inverter. What that does is, for 3 ticks, when it finishes brewing, this torch will turn off. And we're going to funnel that torch's signal to the ingredient hopper, because 3 ticks is the length of time required for 1 ingredient to pass from this hopper into this brewing stand. Now we're going to run this signal over here, because we want to disable the bottle hopper while the newly made potions are being drained. Next thing we need to do is go over here to this the other side of the output, and run that line there. This repeater is important. You can put it anywhere, but I put it here so it doesn't interfere with this line. It just made sense. 2 birds with 1 stone and all that nonsense. So now we have this arranged. I should note, this line does disable this hopper. But when this turns off, it turns off for like 12 ticks, so it doesn't really matter. If it bothers you that much, you can disable it, but there's no point. The system will work like this, so I didn't see a point in routing the wiring around it and making it larger. So now we want to connect these up. So that all of our bottle drain functions occur simultaneously. And this is the reason why you wanted that repeater there. If you don't have that repeater there, this line will not reach here. So you do need a repeater somewhere in this general area. Now we're going to connect this line to these. So I want one there and there. I believe. I might have gotten that wrong. I think I need to go down one more. Yep, there we go. Now this is one important this repeater here is serving 2 functions. A, it allows the signal to reach over here. Otherwise it wouldn't reach. And B, it prevents signals from going back into here, which is important for our next step. Because now this is actually a functional system. All of the drain functions, all of the bottle injection functions, and the top ingredient feed function are complete, and this circuit will work. However, it won't turn itself off if it's running low on ingredients. So let's set that up now. The first one we're going to do is the bottle. I've run out of bottles detector. That's off. So you're going to put a comparator on this chest here and invert it. Down here, you're going to put 1, 2, 3 repeaters, all on 4 ticks. Now we want these 12 ticks here so that when the bottle gets drained out of here, it doesn't immediately turn this off, because remember, there's 5 bottles in this hopper as well. So it's not the end of the world that your chest is empty on that last brew when it becomes empty. But we don't want to interrupt the injection of the 3 water bottles. If we do, you'll end up with an incomplete amount. If you put no delay there, you'll get 1 maybe. If you're lucky, you'll get 1 bottle. No, I think you'll always get 1 bottle, but you won't get a second. So you need this 12 ticks here. So then just run the line up. And over like that. So now we've run out of water bottles detector. Next step is let's add this one, this bottom ingredient detector. So we're going to do the same thing. Put a comparator there, and a torch there. This one, however, is really easy, because now it's connected. When it's empty, that torch feeds this block, which activates this redstone. For those of you less familiar with redstone, here's your proof. It turned on. If I take this torch away, it turns off. So now we have one of our ingredient detectors set up. So now let's set up this one. This one's a little ugly because it's not nicely placed to put anywhere special. So you kind of have to run it a long way around. Now, it can connect to here just fine. The delay doesn't matter because it takes 20 seconds for one ingredient to brew, and this line will go high in 1.2 seconds. So it doesn't matter that it's connecting to the delayed line. This is just the easiest point that I see to connect it. So now we only have the last empty ingredient detector, which is here, which is even more awkwardly placed. But it's workable. So now you have it connected. Now all we have to do is connect it to this line here. And now it's connected. All of these are why we've put this repeater here, especially this one. And this one, because it would definitely reach. I'm not sure about this one, but it doesn't really matter because we have a repeater here to stop it. So now, the only thing left, and you're not really going to have a chest here most likely. You're going to have hoppers going here and there and everywhere. So let's simulate a hopper line, and let's hook up the redstone there. So, and let's put a few more. You're going to want to put a tree tower that is the same. So if this is low, you want the top of the tower, the tree of redstone here, to be off. So this is off because that's off. Now you'll have to run this a little further because one ingredient here will run it high enough. You probably want to get this full, or at least partially full, so run this redstone out a little before connecting your tree, or connect like this to the B input to decrease its strength and put it on subtraction mode. If you do that, don't forget to put it on subtraction mode. So now we have all of these activated, and I will be right back with a bunch of ingredients to demonstrate that it works properly. Okay, I have some ingredients to play with. Now, it's very important when you're setting this system up for the first time to put 10 ingredients, 10, into this stand. If you don't, it's not going to work. Put the rest in there. And we'll see this turned off. That's actually not required. Now we want to put, I'm going to make speed potions, so put those in there. Now, like I said, this is off, but it'll work. Don't worry about it, you'll see soon enough. And some redstone to extend it. Now realistically, this isn't what you'd be doing. You'd probably be using this for splash potions. At least that's what my intent is for it. To make a bunch of splash potions of healing to be distributed around my base so that when I do things like fall down a long pit, it automatically shoots a healing potion at me and I don't have to worry about vines or water or any of that. Mainly because well, why not? So now I have everything connected. You'll see that that detector, which is this torch here, and where'd my last one go? It's under here. And this detector have all turned off. The only thing left on is this one here, until we start dumping bottles in. And you just saw the piston go down, indicating that it is now brewing. So I'm gonna demonstrate this chest here to show it works. It made the awkward potions, it drained them out, and now it's brewing new potions. It sent these down here, and while it was draining those potions, it got enough sugar in. It actually got quite a bit of sugar in, and it'll always put 4 in here. So it'll go down to 3, then it'll go up to 7 when this finishes. And you'll notice the delay between the potion finishing and the potion draining gets smaller with each stand. So we now have Potion of Swiftness with 3 minutes, and you barely have any time to see it change at all here now. See, it finished it and it drained. If that makes you a little uncomfortable, the speed at which it does, or you're having issues because it's draining out too soon, just add a little bit of delay to the top monostable circuit here, this first one right here. Add a little bit of delay to it and it'll slow the circuit down enough to catch up. So now we just saw, no we didn't, depends on how many potions I put in. It'll be a race. Can we get to the offline before we run out of bottles here? I don't think we will. But you can see I haven't ever seen this design fail. The old design would occasionally, the last one would fail. So this is far more reliable than the old system. Far simpler than the old system. And a bit smaller too. Not a lot smaller, but a bit. And I do believe we're out of bottles now. Yep, that line went on. So it will continue doing the last brewing cycle, and it will drain these as well. It doesn't disable the drain function, it just disables the bottle injection function. And it does that so that because there's 5 bottles left, you'd end up with a 2-bottle cycle in the end, and we don't want that. That's why I disable it like that. If you don't care about wasting a little bit of resources, then by all means remove these and just let it brew until it runs out. I would suggest connecting them, or making them still, so you can run indicator lights to tell you what ingredient you've run out of. And you can see that that one drained properly. This one drained, but it's here. That's fine. Next time it disables, it'll get down there just fine and everything will be good. Likewise, this one's in here. Once again, that doesn't matter. A few extra potions in the buffer, but those immediately get used and there's no slow build-up over time. So that pretty much wraps up the Brewing Factory version 2. As always, any comments on how I can improve my videos is much appreciated. Also, any comments in enhancements to this design are also appreciated. I'm always looking to make things quicker and more efficient. This system will make approximately 9 potions a minute because it has 3 stands all simultaneously brewing, and it takes about 20 seconds per brewing cycle. So every 20 seconds we're getting 3 more potions spit out of this line. But thank you for watching. Bye.